going on?
I would say my last relationship definitely taught me, like, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. The 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them.
He pulled his legs back, and boom, Jayda Wayda just dropped a bomb that has the whole internet spiraling. She basically confirmed the whispers that have been floating for months about who's really been acting as Lil Baby's sugar daddy. And guess what? It's exactly the powerhouse name everyone's been side-eyeing from the jump. Now, Jada didn't come out and scream his name on live, but the clues she left behind? Crystal clear. From the cryptic posts, the slick moves she's been making, to the whispers from people in her circle, fans are convinced she just spotlighted one of the biggest bosses in Lil Baby's crew. This is the same man linked to that viral white party photo, the luxury private jets, the courtside flexes, and those billionaire-level connections that don't come cheap. But here's the twist that's making it all explosive. People aren't just saying he's bankrolling Lil Baby's empire.
No matter how much, like, time really don't heal.
I don't know.
Time do not heal. That person gonna always be them.
Time only heals if a person is, like, mentally there with it, you know? Like, time don't heal if it's two people on two different pages.
So, once Jada dropped that little breadcrumb, people didn't have to do much guessing.
Nah, the rumor is Jada dipped because she allegedly found out this mentorship was going way deeper and way more personal than anybody imagined. The timing, the so-called receipts, and the way Jada's keeping her cool. Fans are shook, convinced this is no coincidence at all. Don't miss the next chapter in this wild saga. Hit that subscribe button to JuicyReel so you stay locked in. She just pulled the curtain back on the one name Lil Baby's been dodging from the headlines, and fans are losing it. Before we even dive into the messy receipts, let's roll back to Jada herself, admitting she tried to spin the block and give Lil Baby another shot, but it flopped hard. For a lot of people, that was the ultimate breadcrumb, proof she already knew what was really going down behind closed doors. And once Jada sprinkled that little hint, fans didn't even need to play detective. They already had the name locked in, and it took them straight back to that infamous photo.
I would say my last relationship definitely taught me, like, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. The 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them.
Yeah, the one at Michael Rubin's all-white party. Lil Baby standing tall in the middle, Rubin right next to him, and another guest practically shoulder to shoulder, looking like they were all moving as one. This wasn't just some innocent group pic. The angle, the body language, the smiles, it had people smashing the screenshot button like it was the lottery. Then boom, 50 Cent jumps in and reposts it with a caption that might as well have said, "What's really happening here?" That's when the internet lost its mind. But here's the kicker. Fans who've been keeping receipts for months didn't see just a party flick. To them, this was the smoking gun, the confirmation they'd been waiting on, that Rubin wasn't just chilling in Lil Baby's circle. He was allegedly the man pulling strings in the shadows, financially and maybe even personally. After that photo started making rounds, the jokes turned sharp, and the sugar daddy label stuck like glue. Rumors didn't just grow, they exploded, and suddenly every single sighting of Lil Baby with Rubin or any other powerful figure was getting dissected frame by frame like a crime scene. And here's the thing, whether you buy into it or not, that single snapshot became the receipt. Fans built whole theories around it, digging deeper into the connections. Michael Rubin isn't just some random billionaire photobombing Lil Baby's pictures. He's plugged in with athletes, record execs, and some of the most untouchable names in the industry. If you've been watching closely over the years, you've already seen Lil Baby right there in the middle of that circle, moving like he belongs. And Baby even tried to clear the air, telling his own version of the story. He said that white party photo wasn't what people think. It was just him and Rubin play wrestling, a silly moment that got snapped at the wrong time. Nothing scandalous, nothing deep. At least that's what he claims. But here's the problem. Even after his explanation, fans aren't letting go. They keep pointing to other suspicious moments, and the one story they refuse to forget, that infamous gambling rumor that still haunts the friendship today.
I think Lil Baby is bisexual. I was sucking his and I started going down. And yeah, he didn't stop me. He put his
Don't blink now. Subscribe to JuicyReel so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping twist in this saga. Lil Baby once admitted he blew almost $9 million in less than 2 days. Yeah, $9 million. And when the losses hit rock bottom, guess who stepped in? According to Baby himself, it was Rubin. He personally reached out to casinos and had them ban Baby from even placing bets, just so he wouldn't spiral deeper into the hole. Now, depending on how you see it, that move sounds like a loyal friend pulling him back from disaster. But to the folks who already believe the DL whispers, it feels way different. More like Rubin wasn't just being kind. He was protecting his investment, keeping the man he's tied to locked in tight. For the longest time, Lil Baby had another thing that made headlines. No tattoos. He'd brag about it in interviews, saying a clean look helped him move in business circles without being boxed in by stereotypes. That polished image? It became part of his whole brand. But here's where it flipped. Fans spotted his very first tattoos, and the placement alone set the internet on fire. Not on his arm, not on his chest, right on his inner thighs. Nobody expected that, and instantly the timeline went wild asking, why there of all places? Then came the performance that sent the speculation into overdrive. Baby hit the stage in shorts, a tank top, and a bright pink belt, moving around and pulling his shorts up just enough to flash that ink. And social media couldn't stop zooming in? Stick with JuicyReel because this story's only heating up. Subscribe so you don't miss the next reveal.
And maybe even personally.
You're gonna get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting a drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hugs are coming tonight.
One fan video flipped the whole conversation on its head, and the internet ran with it like wildfire. Clips started popping up everywhere, screen recorded, zoomed in, and reposted with captions that weren't even trying to be subtle. Some folks shrugged it off, saying Baby was just showing off fresh ink and vibing with himself. But plenty of others tied it right back into the DL whispers, calling it a soft launch of a whole different side of him. And once that narrative started flying, it became another reason fans swore the tattoo placement wasn't random at all. But here's the kicker. Lil Baby tried to shut it all down once again, this time on Lil Yachty's podcast. He admitted straight up that the jokes weren't funny to him, and even claimed he pulled security footage from the infamous white party to prove that hug was nothing more than a quick, harmless moment.
Rubin was never hugging me. You know what I'm saying? I was dapping Kuzman up, and Mike happy to see me. He ran over there, and we started like wrestling, like touching it. And a picture, Mike, one of my real good friends, we had a party with goddamn 200-300 people. There's nothing weird could go on with all these people in the mix, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get on the internet and go back and forth and I told him, man, that's a crazy looking picture, you know what I'm saying?
The problem? He never actually released the footage. And online, when you say, I've got proof, but don't show receipts, people assume that proof doesn't do you any favors. Instead of calming the storm, Baby gave rumor-hungry fans even more to chew on, fueling the drama instead of stopping it. And here's where it gets even more suspicious, because every time fans start connecting dots in Lil Baby's pattern, the same name keeps coming up, James Harden. And let's be real, their friendship has never exactly been low-key. For years, Harden and Lil Baby have been glued at the hip, courtside together, hopping on private jets, and pulling up at major events like they're a package deal.
What's the most you ever lost gambling at once?
$8 million.
How long?
Like one day, like probably like 40 hours straight. I lost like $8 million,
That's not,
$9 million.
That's not one.
I made myself stop gambling. I had Mike Rubin write a letter to every casino and ban me from the casino. Because I just.
But the moment that really cemented their bond in the public's mind? Harden's over-the-top birthday gift to Baby back in 2020. He showed up with a Prada duffel bag stuffed with $100,000 in cash, a Richard Mille watch worth a fortune, and, wait for it, actual honey buns. The clip of Lil Baby opening that bag spread everywhere, and people couldn't stop talking. Some brushed it off as nothing more than a wealthy friend flexing for his boy. But others, they bookmarked it as another suspicious piece of the puzzle. One viral comment even joked, Lil Baby's been giving his honey buns to Harden, and the internet ate it up with side eyes and laughs. And that's the thing. Online detectives don't need hard evidence. A flashy moment here, a couple of inside jokes there, and suddenly they've built a whole theory that feels undeniable. Harden's lavish gift became one of the core receipts fans still circle back to, proof in their eyes that this bond runs deeper than just friendship. And if you thought that was the peak, think again, because right after that birthday headline, Harden and Baby were back in the spotlight together, this time shutting down Paris during Fashion Week 2021. Stick with JuicyReel and subscribe, because the Paris chapter, that's where things get even wilder. They didn't go to Paris looking for trouble, but trouble still found them. French police pulled their car over, claiming they smelled cannabis, and that's when everything turned chaotic in front of flashing cameras. Harden got frisked, questioned, then cut loose. But Lil Baby, not so lucky. He was fined for possession and caught on camera being led toward a police van. And of course, those photos were online before they even made it back to their hotel room. At first, people brushed it off as an unlucky run-in overseas. But now, looking back, fans fold it right into the pattern. Another headline-making moment with Harden, another clip for the endless compilation videos that paint their bond as way more than friendship. But here's where it starts stretching further, because the internet didn't just stop with Harden. Whispers began floating around about Lil Baby and other artists too. One of the biggest? Rumors he might have had a secret thing with JuicyReel. Nothing confirmed. No hard proof, but for people already convinced of the bigger story, it just felt like another puzzle piece. And then came the leaked tape drama. Clips started circulating online, supposedly showing someone in a very compromising situation.
Here's how he put it when asked.
I hear that you say that you don't have any tattoos at all?
Nope.
So what's the reason why you made sure in the world of tattoos, you don't have any?
Being younger, like, I don't want no tattoo. I know I'm gonna have something.
And the timelines went crazy trying to connect it back to Baby. You already know, it's only getting messier from here. Hit subscribe to JuicyReel so you don't miss the receipts dropping in the next piece. The so-called leaked tape lit the internet on fire. Clips started floating around on shady sites, and Twitter threads claiming it was Lil Baby caught up in the mess. Faces weren't crystal clear, but that didn't stop fans from playing detective, zooming in, slowing frames down, and swearing they saw enough to call it him. Within hours, timelines were drowning in side-by-side screenshots, conspiracy threads, and wild captions that turned rumor into fact for half the internet. Now, Lil Baby never publicly addressed that tape head-on, but the timing of it had people raising eyebrows. It surfaced right when the Harden drama was cooling down, almost like the storyline had to keep moving to another chapter. And that's what made it stick. Every time things settle, something else drops to drag Baby right back into the headlines.
When I get older,
Yes, sir.
my money, and I don't want to be like a thug. Like, even though like I'm almost a thug, I was a thug. I don't want to be no thug. You feel? I don't want people to look at me like I'm a thug. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want. People with tattoos, and to me, you look like a thug.
Damn.
Only time I can see me getting a tattoo, like, gotta be real sentimental.
Fans already convinced about the secret life theory took this as their strongest receipt yet. They called it the moment that pulled the curtain back for real. Meanwhile, others said it looked staged, maybe even planted to keep the gossip machine spinning. But either way, once the internet locks onto a narrative, the truth doesn't even matter. It's the scandal that lives forever. And just when people thought that was the peak of the madness, another bombshell rumor dropped linking Baby to someone nobody expected. And that twist took the drama to a whole new level. Don't miss the next drop. Subscribe to JuicyReel right now so you catch it first. That next twist? It shook the whole fan base. Out of nowhere, whispers started linking Lil Baby to none other than Diddy. Yeah, that Diddy! Screenshots of late-night parties, blurry photos from Miami yachts, and sources claiming they saw Baby moving in and out of private spots with him started flying all over the internet. And once those rumors hit, people didn't just stop at speculation. They went full-on conspiracy mode, tying the story back to everything that came before. To them, it suddenly all connected. The billionaire circle, the sugar daddy whispers, the Harden moments, even the tattoo theories.
It was a one-night stand. Play with Lil Baby's ass.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He gave me $40,000. So Lil Baby had slid in my DMs. He asked me if I was in Miami. And I told him, yeah. He texted me, told me to pull up.
Now fans were saying this wasn't about random friendships, it was about Baby being strategically placed in the orbit of the industry's most powerful men, with Diddy at the center of it all. What made it worse? Diddy's own name had already been circling in scandals, so adding Lil Baby to that web only made the gossip burn hotter. Some fans swore Jada's decision to walk away was tied to her, seeing things the rest of the world only suspects. Others said Baby's silence was the biggest clue, because instead of denying it all, he just kept moving like nothing happened.
And the first time we linked up was weird. He kept touching me. Like, I get it. You know, you got a lot of people that's just a setup situation. But it was just weird because he kept touching me and he was just rubbing me. Like, it got to the point where I felt like, okay.
And that silence, that's what keeps fueling the fire. Because if none of this is true, why not shut it down? Why not release the proof he swears he has? Until then, the internet's convinced there's way more going on than he'll ever admit. The internet nearly broke when a clip started circulating that looked like Lil Baby allegedly giving another man oral. Whether real or fake, it spread like wildfire, and Baby had no choice but to clap back directly. He jumped on social media, posting, "Y'all gotta stop using my name and likeness when y'all get bored. The extremes people go to for clout is sick. Ain't no mystery in my history on no level. This my last time addressing any kind of dumb clickbait. TF is wrong with y'all. No flaws, no cap in my raps." Instead of killing the noise, that post lit it up all over again. The DL rumors got another round of fuel, and then things got even messier when Instagram model Teresa Lava slid onto a podcast. She didn't come with receipts, but she teased just enough about a personal run-in with Baby to make it sound like she knew more than she was saying. She hinted at a one-night situation, dropping just enough crumbs for gossip blogs to feast on. And trust, they did. Meanwhile, through all the madness, Jada stayed stone silent. No confirmation, no denial, just business as usual. She's been keeping her image clean, locked in on her ventures, and holding the co-parenting line strong with Baby. But here's the thing, rumors like this don't just vanish. Every time Lil Baby hits a red carpet, drops a performance, or pops up with the same familiar names, the theory drags itself back into the spotlight like it never left. So maybe the real question isn't if the rumors are true. Maybe it's, what's the next bombshell that's about to drop? Stay locked in with JuicyReel, because the next twist, it could flip this whole saga upside down.